The anticipation is killing me.
The anticipation is killing me. SRL said go. It should be going. There we go.
So welcome everybody again to the round robin round of our tournament of 105 entrants. We got Yogi the Monk versus In the Name of DT.
And this is Group U, I believe.
That's correct. So these guys are going to be making their way through escape here. There are a handful of chests that they're going to come across on their way to Zelda, and then on the way to dropping her off at the Sanctuary.
Yep. Pretty much all they're mashing at the start's pretty much the same amount of time. Looks like, wow, it's in-synced swords. I love it.
So during escape, these guys are going to be most likely killing some guards. The drops for the enemies have been shuffled, and what they'll be looking for is exactly what you just saw.
Yeah, that bomb.
Yeah, they both want to find a bomb here. That's a great find for them.
Yeah, that's huge. And then you open up the first chest in the basement of the castle, and it happens to be 3 bombs, and then you wondered why you did that. That's how randomizer works, friends.
So the reason that they're looking for this bomb here is on the way out of the escape, there'll be a bombable wall, and behind that bombable wall is 3 chests. They can be anything in those chests, except for, I believe the gloves are restricted unless the mitts are available. It's great to have early on if there's something in there, though.
Yeah, because for people that don't play too much Link to the Past, there's basically you can go back into the castle basement, but it requires the glove, and it requires time to... You're going to pass right by this bombable door right now. Well, in a few minutes. But you don't have to come back later for these 3 chests.
So they're both making their way down here. They're also going to want to pick up some money. Altogether, they want to have about 850 rupees to get everything in the game, but the first obstacle is going to get 100 rupees before they get to Kakariko.
Yep, 100 rupees for the bottle vendor.
And so far, nothing too interesting here in Escape. I changed
boy.
that.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're both going pretty quick lick through Escape, but there's a bow, and the bow opens up Eastern, and it opens up later on. You need it for Palace of Darkness, and the bow is needed in any room where there's those mimic guys that only require arrows to kill, and the Igors, little golem guys. So Eastern has one of them before the boss. You can't do the boss without the bow.
That's correct. And the bow's required in general. You can't get through Ganon's tower without having the bow or a glitch. So I mean, it's a great find here early on. They're going with 2 different strats here. The first, Yogi went with the 8 slashes.
Yep, and DT went with the 1 pot.
Oh, and they find a bottle.
Yeah, they got the green bottle.
Man, these are some good finds here early on.
Yeah, they're going to be able to clean up town when they go there, because the bottle kid, there's basically a sick kid, and he wants a bottle, and I don't know why. Well, he wants a bottle to catch flies or whatever, but yeah, he gives you an item if you have a bottle in your inventory. So it makes them not have to come back to town again after clearing out the town, which is basically the first stop for these fellas after they finish Escape.
Yeah, I think the best thing for them to find right now behind that wall has to be some bombs. So when they get to Kakariko, they don't have to be worrying about that.
Yeah, bombs are money. I mean, you don't want to have to spend money on bombs, but if you find $300, that works too.
Yeah, that's true.
If it's bone dry, now you have a problem, because farming money is not fun.
So after they get over... Oh, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
So after they get over that hurdle for the 100 rupees from the bottle vendor, they're going to have to look for 500 rupees. That's going to be the next major hurdle in the run from cash.
Yeah, Zora's... He's tired of that bottle vendor only charging $100. He charges $500, and he gives you 5 back. That's how Zora works.
And Zora's going to require some... He's either going to require them to do a minor glitch, which is the fake flippers glitch. We'll discuss that when we get closer to it, if anybody attempts it. Otherwise, he's going to require you to have the flippers to get up there or a lifting item.
Yep, you need the base glove. Or flippers to use the whirlpools, as we call them. Ooh, there's a 20 ruby in the snake drop pool. but it only
That's
looks
good
like just
fun.
the one.
Yeah, I think the snakes and the rats are in the same group, if I'm not mistaken. So
Yeah.
I'd farm everything in here if I saw some money, but it might be that they're in the random group, which has a lot of different things. I think I saw some arrows, so
Yeah, I saw arrows, money, and a heart. I mean, I've had weird ones where there'd be like 420 drops, 4 red rubies in it, and then it's like, well, I could just easily farm money right now. But doesn't look like that here. I think they're going to stop killing things and just use the one bomb and go on. Ooh, DT actually picked up another bomb.
I'm neglecting this tracker.
Don't neglect the tracker. They have the bow.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay,
I think they have arrows too.
Well,
They
yeah,
both
yeah.
have bottles.
Yogi got 10 arrows from one of the drops. I don't think DT picked it up or was lucky enough to get the third drop.
Yeah, he's got 5. I don't know where he got them, but
so the map was in the 3 chests in the basement here, so they do have to check the sanctuary chest when they come up here. Had that not been there, they would have actually skipped the sanctuary chest because they would have known that it was the map and it was useless.
I always like to see or ponder if they're going to mix this up right here. This randomize these switches, because that would be a great.
You get the zonk of the bombs dropping from the ceiling, and you have to go run and get the other one. That's kind of funny.
So sure enough, we got these bombs that we were talking about. They're gonna be good when they get to Kakariko now.
Yeah, they got plenty. DT actually used up 2 bombs in the. I think they bombed both doors so that they could kind of go a little bit faster.
It's interesting pull, but I mean, when you get these extra bombs on the way out, that's fine. And
So
speaking of pulling, it looks like Yogi's going with the pull strats.
Yeah, you need those 4 fairies for those whole 3 big hearts. But they're both going with the same strat. They're going to check out Lumberjack here, which is if you go take out Aghanim and go to the Dark World early to check out what's on the pyramid, you also get to know what the item is here. The Lumberjacks go away, basically, to kill Aghanim, and you can dash in here and get that item on the ledge later.
I wasn't able to see what was up there.
It's just arrows. It's garbage.
Okay.
Well, unless you want an arrow upgrade, but I don't think they're going to come back for that. So they're already thinking, well, unless I reach a point where I don't think I can progress the game and have to do Aghanim, I don't think either of these players want to do Aghanim because that item is not the peak item is not very good. More bombs for Yogi.
Yep. And I like to see this. Both players saw a piece of heart and just dodged it. There's no need for them. We're going to have plenty of heart containers everywhere in this game.
There are a lot.
There are 24 pieces of heart and 10?
11? I think
11.
10 or 11. Let's see.
It's 11. Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be 11 because 24 heart pieces get you to 9. But they're pretty much following the same route here. Yogi's probably, it looks like, I don't know, about somewhere between 5 to 7 seconds ahead. But they're just kind of looting the town here. I'm surprised no one decided to go to Eastern. I don't think anyone has even checked the map yet. I guess they're just thinking that the town, there's too many chests here, and there's bound to be something else going on. No boots or anything. It kind of is not fun to waste a lot of time going to the eastern side of the map with nothing but the bow.
I'd said early on I'd go over there.
I would have gone to Eastern if it was a crystal. But, I mean, this is how the randomizer works. If you go to town and there's boots, well, now you're wasting time because the other guy, when they go to Eastern, they're going to have boots and everything they're going to save like 30 seconds from just the boots.
Or find that hook shot that really speeds up that first chest that you can get.
Or rather, the second chest. Yep. There's a lot of little nuances, and if you don't get those items and your opponent gets there with them, you're going to spend time. So it's a little bit of a risk, but you also get a crystal on the board, and if the item you need is in... Oh boy, we got Titan's Mitt on Yogi here. DT's
That's a good find,
basically going to get him too.
Oh, and all the money they need. Well, not quite, but I mean... more money than they can think of to use.
So now it's a little bit of decision time. That fake flippers might happen because they're going to have very, very close to $500 here. So somebody might even decide to not do the bottle vendor. Yep, Yogi is past the bottle vendor, thinking that the Zora. I know Zora is in Yogi's mind.
Oh, and it was a ripoff.
Yeah, it was a big. Well, I've seen worse, but that's still minus 80. So now DT has this little bit of a problem thinking that, well, if I want to have Zora now, I'm going to have to go farm money in one of the caves that just has fivers under pots.
So something that somebody brought up one time was it was a decent strat actually, is to make a save before you head up to Zora, or even if you want to do the bottle vendor.
I didn't know if that was like legal, but I guess it is. I've seen multiple people reset. So yeah, I mean, if you think you're gonna blow $500 and you're gonna save right before doing that, sure. We got Book of Medora on Bottle Kid, so that was well worth that bottle that they had to pick up. And Yogi now has enough for Zora from the tavern.
Yeah, this makes a this is a tough decision here. You have the bow, you can do Eastern completely, and you have the book, so you can enter Desert.
Yeah, you got Desert open. You have Zora, which the game kind of gave you a lot of money off the bat. I don't know if that means anything. And you also have Eastern open.
So what Carcat was saying, oh, look, a mushroom in the library.
Yep, we got Mushroom Library, so that's also pretty juicy, but no boots.
What Carcat was saying is that when the game feeds you items like this, you should go with them, because it's typically leading you along where it thinks that you should go. Oh, that is interesting.
Is DT going to go for the half magic?
Oh, he sure is. I would too. This is
it's pretty valuable.
Advantage.
Yogi skipped it.
And it's not going to be sped up any with boots, so you might as well get it now.
Yeah. It's like 2 or 3 seconds for... It's really not that much. You can kind of dash. I think it's like, what, 11? The game even times you. It's like 11 seconds without it, and it's like 8 with. It's really not... You're here. If you want it, get them.
Yeah, it's not even 30 seconds worth of time.
8 seconds. So yeah, there's no.
I'll take that trash any day.
I don't know. I mean, they do already have a bottle, so I guess I wouldn't be too fearful. But I mean, I guess it depends what you intend on using.
Yeah, I'm just thinking late game. Like if they have to do Ice Palace.
Oh yeah, it's very useful.
They don't have a good sword. The
oh yeah, Fire Rod is
what, Gold Sword?
I think it's also something that happens because of the animation of the Fire Rod still sitting on the ground, that you actually get multiple hits in. The things die. The Cold Stare dies ridiculously fast, the Fire Rod. That's where you're...
Yeah, that's exactly it. It's very few
Lamellus, the sandworms in the desert, they do too. Fire Rod is like ridiculously useful, and it's in a lot of annoying like rooms where you have to kill like zombies and stuff. Just spam Fire Rod everywhere. Oh, so DT went to Sahasrara's hut, and Flippers were in the back room, so that's a big deal. And Yogi is headed to the mountain.
Yeah, that's definitely where he's going. It's not a bad play. Get that save point.
I mean, here's your fork. We got DT playing the eastern route, which I don't know if that's a crystal. I'm assuming if DT's going to go do it, it's a crystal. That'd be a pretty critical error if it wasn't, or at least
I don't have
serious risk.
I don't have the audio up. Actually, the randomizer now plays audio based on if it's a crystal or a pendant.
Yep, it plays the Dark World sound for the music for the Dark World if you're in a Dark World, quote-unquote, crystal dungeon. And pendant dungeons have the Light World music in them, that's a fantastic addition. Whoever suggested that is a genius. It makes it so much easier to not mess that up. Oh man, Yogi got the flute off of the old man. And we have DT hoofing it here without the boots in Eastern. I think it's really going to be a question here of where the boots are. Because you kind of got two signals, as you were saying with what the Carcat said. I mean, you got the bow and you got a glove. Where do you go?
Yeah, I definitely go up to Zora, but with the flute, I mean, that
I like
helps
Zora
a lot too.
Zora and Mountain are the two that ring to me, but I mean, you did also get the bow. That could also be the correct answer. Whoa, hookshot is in the hidden cave in Spectacle Rock. So Yogi's like, gonna go snap that.
Yeah, it looks like Death Mountain was the path to take.
Yeah, and at least you know if you go on Death Mountain, it doesn't require... Like you can see pretty plainly this forking action here. You have DT just getting through what's the map room in Eastern, and Yogi's already finished the only two things he can do on Death Mountain. It's a huge time commitment to go to Eastern here.
And like I was saying, he's getting that save point on the mountain, which he's not going to have to trek back up there ever. So it's nice and quick. and he's not going to get any shortcuts because the flute was on the mountain. So
yeah, there was no way to save time by finding the flute somewhere else, fluting to the mountain, and then walking back, getting the guy. So Yogi's going to go across to the eastern side of Death Mountain here and loot all of the Light World chests. We may actually see a cool glitch, so we'll talk about that if we get there. It was how I lost earlier.
So with what DT just found, there's going to be 3 items here in Eastern Palace,
Yep.
and he just found 300 rupees. So this is definitely the game saying go to Zora now.
Is that actually a thing? Like, I don't even know if that's part of the logic. Like, I have to give you at least $500. Like, I don't know if you're supposed to farm rubies. No one ever told me that.
I'm pretty sure the game considers the rupees as an item for progression.
Right, so you have to have actually found $500 in chests for it to assume that you can fairly get to Zora. So yeah, then if that's the case, yeah, Zora is definitely part of this too, and it's just a matter of which decision you make here. I'm hoping for DT that there's something in Eastern that is well needed. Maybe the boots. That would make this very interesting.
So Yogi found
Yogi's got Moon Pearl.
He's found a lot of stuff up here in this what cave?
Moon Pearl, Magic Cape, and 3 20 buckaroonies. So Magic Cape. Yeah, where are you going with that?
Yeah, if in case anybody's wondering, the reason this is called the what cave is each time you open one of those chests, you get a what, because there's always something good up here now.
Yogi perfectly executing the bomb jump to save some time, not having to re-enter some caves. He's going all the way to the top here. He's gonna. This one's a little bit of a pain. He doesn't have boots, but he's gonna check out what's on. He skipped looking at what's on the island, but there's one more chest that Yogi can do here in the light world, and it involves going around in a spiral here. Without boots, it takes forever.
This is horrible without boots, but I mean, it could be boots.
Yeah, it was boots in my run. So, so we got DT here finishing Eastern. I see a boss fight.
Yeah, I'm really interested about DT right now.
Yeah, I mean, this is the chest that was locked by the bow. In order to kill these red guys, you have to have the bow. So you can do all of Eastern except for the boss. Oh, Yogi trolled with the heart piece. Now, keep an eye on Yogi here. He might not check the island. I guess he's already down. He can't check the island.
Oh yeah, he's going for it.
Awesome boy! Quick kill by DT on Armos and got the fire rod. So that opens up a lot of fun stuff. Yogi is analyzing. Yogi has this fantastic method. He uses poker chips to mark down the map. That's why he took so long to mark down the map. So he uses poker chips, and if he uses the poker chips in the wrong way, he'll do the wrong dungeon, and it's marvelous and also terrible.
That is really interesting.
I love the poker chip strat, right? So Yogi's going to loot the rest of Death Mountain now that he has the Moon Pearl. He can do the dark side, and he's also doing the. Oh, he failed the hook shot glitch, so he's got to do it the old-fashioned way. Still no boots. We got DT going to the. I guess we're going to do swamp now. We're going to drain the lake out, drain the swamp, and see if the boots are there. The boots.
Has anybody been down here?
No one is. They did the cave. They did the cave with the guy. Like, here's $300.
Okay. So the Moldorm cave they've done.
Yeah, they did the mini Moldorm cave, but so Bombos was in one of the Super Bunny chests in Death Mountain, and Yogi's headed up to the cave that requires the hook shot.
Yeah, Yogi has he's got a 67% chance that he has what he needs for the dungeons.
Oh yeah, we need a crystal on DT's. I'll get it.
Oh, I was waiting to see him pause so I can find out exactly which one it was.
Good point. I already hit the wrong one, so you win.
It's fine. No, it's fine to go ahead and mark one. We'll change it if we see it. There it goes. It was 3.
It's 3. Okay.
We're good.
Yep. So I don't think Yogi found anything in Death Mountain.
I'm sorry.
And he skipped the island. Didn't do the he doesn't have mirror, so he can't even do the island, but I don't think he knows what's on the island either. There's a little cliff that you can bomb the back room of the hookshot area that he was just in. There's a whole lot of nothing in this Moldorm cave. Yeah, DT didn't actually do mini Moldorm cave. I think Yogi just did mini Moldorm cave and left, but there's nothing in there.
I'm actually surprised that we didn't see DT head over to the desert, since now he has a fire source and he has a way to get in.
And it's Is it a crystal? I don't
I haven't
remember.
looked.
I believe Turtle Rock is a pendant. Mire might be a pendant. I don't know. They'll check again soon enough.
So we got Yogi jumping into the back of Sahasrala's house.
Yep, so Yogi is going to find flippers, and we have DT using those flippers to get to Hobo here. Or, excuse me, friend under the bridge. So insulting, call him Hobo. He chooses to live there.
Let's see if he has a sword again.
Yeah, let's see what this is. This might be good. I mean, you got flippers pretty in the opening deal here. Oh, the reject glove. Do you ever have a power glove for the Nintendo?
No, I didn't. Yeah. I never got to play with power.
The 4 games the power glove had. It worked as a controller too. So Yogi has now decided it's time to do Eastern, so he's kind of doing the exact same loop that DT did. No boots, so nobody's really going to gain time in Eastern.
So
but
DT
Yogi has the hook shot, so I guess he'll get a little bit of time.
Yeah, he'll save some time, but DT's deciding to go up to Zora instead of Death Mountain, so we got a little bit of change here, and we'll get to see what that pays off.
It really, DT really needs the boots, because he's trying all these different places that Yogi hasn't gone. Yogi kind of has more items here, but if you get the boots, it sort of changes everything.
DT realizing it is faster to swim than to walk.
Yeah. That's so hilarious in this game that you swim faster than you walk. But they kind of expected you to have the boots before in the vanilla game.
Yeah, they give them to you so early on. It's like, okay, yeah, we know Zelda 1 you walked everywhere.
Oh, Zora's a zonk. Wow. I was not expecting Zora to be nothing. It's quite sad. I didn't see the item. Oh, the ledge was this the mushroom? The mushroom was the library.
Yeah,
so
I don't know why he came.
$20. Oh, it was a shovel. That glitch.
It glitched out, yeah.
Yeah.
So what happens there is some of the sprites are only 2 pixels tall, and so the sprite sheet is actually 4 pixels wide. Or sorry, not pixels, but frames. There's 4 frames, and then some of them only take up 2 frames. And so if it's a 2-frame item, such as anything vertical, then it sometimes glitches out in that one spot, and that's the only spot. And I think it's because it loads it twice.
Yeah, I remember somebody telling me similar. It was a little bit complicated like that, and I'm like, okay. It's you have to remember when you pass by it. If you play, oh, we got Tempered Sword on DT here for off the shovel, which came from Zora. You just have to remember when you pass the ledge. You have to remember what it was, because when you walk towards it and then save and quit because it looked like $20, now you just lost the game. Because you'll never go back thinking you'll think it's $20.
So meanwhile, Yogi's gonna come in here. He's definitely going to get that fire rod because he's going all the way through.
Yeah, he's gonna be really excited. He's gonna be very excited about seeing that, because he has Moon Pearl, mind you. So that basically means game on for a whole bunch of dungeons to have fire. Really fire rod, and he can go do Dark Kakariko Town. He can.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, what's your move here?
What is my move here? He even has flute. I honestly would go to Mire and see what I can do, and no, I would just go to Dark Kakariko. I got burned last time doing weird stuff. You should just go to Dark Kakariko and loot and do whatever dungeons you can. You need the hammer. So my thinking is that if I was to do something weird like go to Mire, you can check those handful of chests, and because he has now flute, glove, Moon Pearl, that's like the most heavy, the most items you need to explore those chests, and you have all of them. Plus you get to know whether or not you can enter Mire. But Mire I don't think is required, so probably your best bet is to go to town. What you do know is you're never doing Aghanim in this. You could also check Pyramid, but you're not doing Aghanim because you can already access all of the Dark World with what Yogi's found and what DT's soon going to find. So pick a crystal dungeon and do it. And I think they're all kind of fair, but the village has the most chests available depending on, you can do Skull Woods, which we know that one's a crystal. And you can do Thieves Town. So I would probably do those. Sorry, that was a really long-winded explanation, but
no, it's fine.
There's a lot of things that just opened up, and you have to do something to kind of guide you into, well, I'm short Red Cane, so what do I need to do to where's my best shot at getting, red cane? And do you do crystals? Do you explore the town? I think they're both pretty fair. I don't think doing Mire is bad, but I think it's a little bit risky because you're going to have to come back there anyways. But yeah, so I'd go to town. And that looks like what Yogi's about to do here is he's activating the flute because he hasn't yet. And I'm assuming he's going to do one of two. He's going to do one of the three things I just said. He appears to be using the flute. So I'm going to guess... Oh, you know what? I would go to desert. I'm a fool. I forgot about something. He still doesn't have the mirror. Oh, whoa, what is he doing? He doesn't have a hammer. Oh, no, Yogi.
I think he mirrored to the wrong place.
He mirrored to 5 thinking he had the hammer because he was going to do Palace of Darkness. And that was a no bueno. That was not going to happen.
I don't know what he's doing now. He's just...
Well, he checked. He checked the ledge, which I don't think was anything. Otherwise, he would have gone straight back.
He's going to Zora.
Yeah, it's Zora, and this is... Well, we know he's going to get the Tempered Sword from this eventually. No, he's not going to Zora. He's going to go to Hobo.
Yeah, I think he's going to make the big loop and come back and eventually get down to Zora area, which is... I'm glad to see he's doing this because it very much could have been neglected after everything he's gathered just now.
Yeah, I think I understand why he fluted to 5 now. He fluted to south of the eastern because he was going to warp and then he was going to come back and mirror so that he could do this very easily and then loop through basically do everything he just did in reverse and check pyramid. But he doesn't have the mirror, so he can't check. He can't do. This was what he intended to do, but he can't do it. There's basically where he's about to flute. There's a little ladder that comes down that you're supposed to mirror to check the guy under the bridge in the Dark World. But he doesn't have the mirror, so he can't do it. So he did everything he did it the beginning of the game way. I thought it was a mistake. I seriously thought he meant to go to 6 to check the ledge in desert, but no, he intended to do everything I just said.
Yeah, I thought whenever
I'm
he
more amused
fluted
by this than you are, clearly.
I thought when he fluted to 5, he was meaning to.
I thought
to
it was a
6,
thing too,
but...
and then I thought it through about where he went, and I'm like, he was trying to do a lot of things efficiently, and then it ended up in tears. So he's found his shovel. DT's catching up with the Death Mountain stuff, so this race is actually coming together. They both have 1 crystal, and they're basically both going to hit a point here where the conversation we just had about, well, what do you do now? You have no boots, you have no hammer. We know, I believe it was Turtle Rock, Mire, and something else is not required. They may not actually need the red cane. Is that... No, they're still searching, so that can't... They still need the hammer.
They need the hammer. That's what they mainly need at this moment. If it's not Mire and Turtle Rock Seed, this would be really good if it's not a Mire and Turtle Rock Seed. That would be...
It would be game on. I mean, if it was that, I'd be doing dungeons, and I just don't believe that both of them would be searching for items if they didn't need a red cane. Red cane's got to be one of them. I'm like waiting for someone to pick a map again. Does chat know? Does chat know which dungeons are pendants? Mire is a crystal. Thank you, Tsunami. The T is silent. So we know that they need red cane.
Yeah.
I actually would have gone to. Somebody needs to go to Mire, because I bet you one of the chests in the side, the little side room there with the 2 chests down the steps. That's got to be something. It's too juicy. You got the flute, you got the glove, and you got the moon pearl on Death Mountain. There's nothing else on Death Mountain.
So as soon as DT makes his way back to town, which I don't know which way he's going to pass through there. He might be checking Turtle Rock Pendant real quickly. But by the time these guys both get to town, we'll be seeing very much have the same things, having checked the same places too.
Yeah, the whole thing is coming together, and they're very close. I think Yogi might be a few seconds ahead in terms of what he's checked and where he's at, but here we got a map. Oh, so no ice. So Ice Palace is a blue pendant. Turtle Rock is red pendant, and the green pendant, I believe, was desert. Haligonian, I think it's just a force of habit with people to check the Turtle Rock medallion, but I mean, it's totally okay to spend like 10 seconds and figure out what dungeons you need, and if you're there to check the medallion. Because sometimes you end up having to go there, and if you don't know the medallion, that could be bad to go there and go, well, I have to go find the medallion now.
So we're netted a couple things in money and the bloomerang.
Yep, so I think this is all coming together. So basically, I think the lead is that DT is going to head to Dark World Kariko here, and Yogi is already on the chest game, which gave red boomerang.
Oh, I marked the wrong one.
They both had and used shovel, so shovel is like done.
Okay.
Where is? I don't even see shovel. Oh, there's the shovel. Yeah, you're missing the shovel on Yogi. Well, there it is. There it is. Yeah, I think Chad has it right. Yogi's marginally ahead, but also all the chests he's hit are zonks. So I'm surprised Yogi isn't going for either Skullwoods. You can do right now. You don't need anything else to do it. There's the off chance you find something you need there. But
yeah, it's really fast too. I mean, even if you have to check the test, because we know one of them's a guaranteed key, so if you get another one somewhere else, you can skip it.
Yeah, it's really only a lose situation if your opponent has all the items they need to win the game. Currently, there are at least three major items that you have to finish the game. Mirror, Red Cane, Hammer, and sort of some people might need the lamp because there's rooms that are dark in the Dark World. Without the lamp are kind of weird, but basically there's three major items that you're still missing. It's very unlikely that your opponent's going to go to Skullwoods with the mindset of, I'm dungeon rushing to finish the game. If you were one item short, I could see the hesitation, but if it were me, I would have already done Skullwoods.
So it looks like we're going to get to see what's in the pendant, or the pedestal early on.
See the altar. Altar is Couch Cash. You had it, chat. That would be so funny if the hammer was there. I'm not sure. No, it wouldn't be possible for the hammer to be there. That'd be so weird.
Not with Turtle Rock being a pendant.
Yeah.
It's a requirement to be able to get into Turtle Rock is to have the hammer.
Yep. Always Couch Cash. Couch Cash again. Chat wins. So DT is taking the ice cave out here.
Yeah, we already saw Yogi come up here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was just trash.
I think it's just bombs.
No!
Oh no!
Those crabs are evil.
They hurt. And then you get hit by one, and then they do the same thing that the little gremlins on Death Mountain do, where they'll just run into you again, and then you're just jammed. Oh, that's unfortunate.
And those crabs, they do 2 hearts of damage when you have the green mail, and I mean, with just this few many hearts, it's rough.
Chat didn't correct me on this one, but there's 4 major items they're missing. They still don't have boots, and we're now in the 34th minute of this race, bootless. So
well, we'll see if boots are required. It's only required if they got to bonk off the keys.
This is true.
I don't believe there was anything in the... Oh, there was the mushroom, so... Mushroom could lead somewhere.
I'm surprised no one's been to desert, but they know it's on the ledge, and they haven't gone back there, so... Boots in tower! Tsunami has the solution. Wouldn't that be terrible to have the big key be on the pedestal in Ganon's tower, and then have Boots be like on the Armos boss?
Oh man,
that'd be so mean. All right, Yogi has made the decision to go to Meyer and check that he can only check 2 of the 3 like overworld chests here. One of them requires the mirror, and DT I think is going to do the Dark Village here. Do the chest
he's going to hit up Dark Kakariko.
Silver Arrows was the first chest, and Red Mail. I mean, not game-winning items, but I'm sure Yogi's a little bit happy with that. DT is clearing out the town here. Will DT do Thieves Town? That would be so important. There we go. DT is going for another crystal. Says there are, I believe, there's either 4 or 5 chests in Thieves Town that can basically have any item in them.
That's correct. There's almost I think it's 85% chance that the big chest is going to have the map or the compass.
Something like that. I mean, it's it's not the worst thing in the world to leave one chest. I mean, right? It can't be the hammer, and you really need the hammer. So the hammer can't be in that chest. So that's... I think it's a fair risk. I would be okay with doing this dungeon.
This is a fine move. It is a longer dungeon because of all the backtracking you have to do along the way.
Yeah.
But
I mean, the only way you really gain time in this dungeon is, like, in terms of the other person's in dungeon rush mode, is if you get the big key in one of the first chests and get that one key that you need to do the rest of the dungeon. Because you don't want to get locked out on keys or something weird. I think you need two keys? You need some requisite number of keys, and if you get them early enough, you don't have to do this loop down where the big key normally is the chest that DT just opened in the... They show it to you at the start of the dungeon in vanilla.
Yeah, no, it's just one key and he has it.
Okay.
So there's 4 chests in the front and there's 4 items in the back. And then the 3 dungeon items. So he's gonna make his way through here.
Yogi is doing the swim strats. He's no one has boots, so I just see people swimming, and I'm like, why are they in the middle of the moat of the castle? Oh, sorry, that was amusing to me. Okay.
Yeah, it looks like he's gonna head down and check the pyramid item. I doubt we'll see him go towards Palace of Darkness.
Well, that's a big risk because you can't. You can basically clear out the entire dungeon, but no hammer is weird. I've actually had a seed where the hammer was in Palace of Darkness, so I can't say it's a bad idea. You're still short a lot of items. Something you need is probably in one of these dungeons.
Yeah, I think that's too high of a gamble, based on him thinking that he could be the better player. Like we were discussing earlier, you have to do risk versus rewards and see your skill level versus your opponent. And
there it is. Yogi has the mirror. So you technically could have done Aghanim, and you would have been able to clean up some of these other areas. And maybe I still think it's bad, but the pyramid power.
So he's got to find himself the hammer still.
Where? Yogi's not going for the money. What is he going for? Is he going to go for the tablet on top of Hera?
He could. He has a sword and the book. And he has a mirror now, so he can easily get up here.
Yeah.
Hera's a pendant, or is Hera a crystal?
I thought Hera Hera must be a crystal. That's the only reason I can think he's going up here.
Yeah, might as well take care of that while you're up here as well. It's a pretty quick one. It's got a couple of items. I think just 2. But it goes by very quickly.
Oh no, chat. We need to take... Thank you, chat. Something. I can't say your name. But the crystal-sounding username says Hera's a crystal, so I'm going to go with that's why he's going there. Pass up that heart piece. We don't need no heart pieces. My guess for where the hammer is, I want to pick the trolliest location for the hammer. It's the first chest in Swamp.
Oh,
I know
that's
it's
the
not
worst.
there, but I'm going to go with the first chest in Swamp because I'm with Chad. I want the trolliest hammer location that there can be, and I want a challenge to our runners here. I want to have them show off what they know.
Yeah, that's always the last place you want to look. Simply because it's the last chest that could have a hammer.
Well, you don't want to go to a dungeon that you can only get to one chest and you don't have the requisite items to actually do it.
Yeah.
Like you're going to go to Palace of Darkness before you go to Swamp.
Exactly.
But that chest is getting juicier the more that they keep zonking out here on the the first chest in Hera was the key on the floor and you had a compass in the main room. So now Yogi's got to have to do the sit and wait strat.
Yeah, speaking of compasses, unfortunately DT got a compass from Blind. So the hammer chest does have an item. Yeah.
So you have to just kind of note that and come back. Don't forget that there's an item in the Thieves Town dungeon chest.
It's going to be one of the last items I come back for. It's so deep in the dungeon, you actually have to do most of the dungeon again.
I've had a seed very similar to this, where you got hammer in a weird location, such as that first chest in Swamp, and then boots were in that chest that we're talking about.
Oh no. So yeah, that's quite a troll.
Pretty troll. So okay, so Yogi got the big key. DT now is up. I don't know which crystal that was, but DT's currently leading 2 crystals to 1.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I haven't been marked.
I don't know what number it is, so I don't want to mess with your.
It's fine. Yeah, I should just mark them. It doesn't. They only play a role if they are 5 or 6, and we can edit that if we see it.
Super Bomb never has anything. Come on. Come on. See, I like to take my Super Bomb for a walk sometimes. Sometimes. But
yeah, you gotta take it down, let it see it, the world.
That was so bad. Don't take your Super Bomb for a walk. It's a waste of 3 minutes. I timed it. I said that was so bad.
Take a whistle and fly to 5 and use that warp. Even though you have the hammer to go to the
I didn't know it was gonna work, okay? I was like, I don't want to lose this bomb. I paid money for it. Yogi is doing the bootless line up. Oh no, he fell! Oh no, Yogi, you fall all the way down. Oh no, man.
That one's a rough one. If you guys aren't proficient in the bomb jump, then you need to just go up the floor and fall back down. I know he can normally
He has the hook shot. I don't know what he's doing.
Oh.
Oh
Yeah,
no, Yogi!
That's a rough
one. All right, so we got DT is cleaning out Dark Kakariko. Does not have the mirror yet, so this is a revisit later for there's a little ledge there you can get an item, and the blacksmith area has a few items. You can't return the blacksmith to the light world, so DT is going to do something we haven't seen yet, which is the cave above swamp. There's a cave with quote-unquote 5 chests, because you talk to the guy, he gives you some money, and there's 4 chests that are just behind him that he lets you rob. So
yeah,
there's 5
let's
chests.
get some hype for this hype cave going. Let's
The
see what's in
next-
it.
What is Yogi doing? Oh no, he's being chased. He fell again! No! At least he don't fall all the way this time. Okay, we gotta see his chest. What's in the chests?
Nothing in the first one.
Powder?
Magic powder.
2 hams, $20, and $50. So powder technically opens up. Well, DT doesn't know it yet, but when he gets the hammer, or gets the mirror.
Oh, you know what? We have seen this one because it looks like Yogi's got the magic powder already himself.
Okay, so we did see it. Excuse me. I was looking at something else. Yeah, he has the powder already.
No, I was in the same boat as you. I thought we hadn't seen it yet.
The hammer's with the bat woofy. Oh man. Oh man.
I don't know where DT's going. I think he's trying to get around the pegs. He missed a ramp. He needs that ramp off to the right.
Yeah, I'm not sure what.
Oh no, there is another ramp. Okay.
Yeah, there's another ramp.
Yeah, he's coming up to the pyramid. He's going to find himself the mirror too.
Yep. So we're going to get on a little bit level playing field. So they both have 2 crystals now, but Yogi has the Hera crystal in Eastern, and DT has Thieves Town in Eastern. So a little bit different in timing, but it's reasonably close. They're kind of checking different things at different times, but we're kind of ending up with them both checking the same things. No one has found that magical item that opens up the rest of the game for them. I'm still surprised no one's done Skull Woods, because it's been open. It's been free. The boots could have been there. All right, DT's got the mirror.
I think we might see that play now.
I think we have to. Where else do you go? There's no hammer, so there's tons of overworld chests that if you have hammer, the leveled up glove, moon pearl, and a mirror, and a hook shot, you can basically do every overworld chest in the game. But because you don't have the hammer, many of these chests, like Spike Cave, you can't do. There's a whole bunch of places where the hammer can't be, so there's a pretty decent shot it's in one of the dungeons, or in something weird like the bat with the magic powder. Okay, so Yogi's starting Skull Woods. DT is going to find the silver arrows.
Yeah, this is a good play for him. He's going to really enjoy the power that it gives him.
Oh yeah, there's so many enemies in this game have weird things that happen with silver arrows. Basically, silver arrows destroy tons of enemies that people don't know about because you typically get the silver arrows very late in the game, but just about anything you hit with a silver arrow is going to go down, even if it has a shield or any kind of, like the little Helmasaur guys that just swing with the sword forever. You arrow them once, they all die.
So I like this play by DT, the delay to come here until he found the mirror, because now he's going to get this chest up here.
Yeah,
and
Yogi does not know this chest.
He can do desert if he wants.
Yep, sure can. And unfortunately, that was
in the
just,
back way.
Yep, you can sneak in the back way. Well, you also have the book.
Oh, but he's not going to.
But
It's unfortunate.
I think desert is the pendant.
Right, it is.
Mire
Yeah.
is.
I've just seen too many seeds lately with because desert has
They
2
got
items
the book
and
really early. They got the book really early, and it's just like you kind of want to divine that.
exactly.
Yogi's showing off the bomb jump because he's now frustrated about it. He got it this time.
And I haven't seen him find anything worthwhile.
That is a good point, Ixuno.
Skullwoods.
Desert does have a pendant, and even if you wanted to look at it for items, it's blocked by boots potentially. And then there's so many, there's so many logical things. That is a very good point. That there's only I think 2 chests in desert, 3 chests, 2 or 3 chests in desert, and it's possible you can only see one of them.
So I think this is the first time we're seeing the ether tablet.
Yes, I don't think Yogi went out and did either.
Yeah, I think he came up the mountain and went straight into Hera. Got his crystal and disappeared.
Oh, DT has the hammer.
We have not seen the ether tablet.
Wow. I said that when he was going up. I'm like, he's going to do Hera and he's going to check the tablet. And he never checked the tablet.
I think he got excited.
Check the tablet.
He got excited over the crystal. And all his bomb jumping.
Well, we are going to have a 3-3 game here, though, because Yogi's going to finish Skull Woods. And DT is...
Oh, he'll be up 1. He's got 3 now. So...
Oh, he does have...
Yeah, DT's a little bit ahead.
Thieves.
He got Thieves, he got Eastern.
What was the third?
And... Didn't he go into
Eastern? I just have Thieves and Eastern, unless I missed something.
Oh, I might have jumped the gun.
We'll check again, because I've got to change items. Just 2. There's only 2.
Okay, I've fixed it. It looks like 7, actually, so... it was... I think 3 and 7, so we'll mark those.
Yeah, no one has Super Bomb in play yet.
No, they haven't. I
think Meyer is one of them.
6 was Meyer, if I'm remembering it.
Yeah, I think Meyer is 6. I have a feeling that Super Bomb is not part of this game, just because they're going to end up needing the red cane mostly. Oh no, Yogi is... Okay, good, he knows that there's a key here. He didn't grab the extra key. There's basically an extra key under a rock you can grab. He didn't grab it, so he ran out of keys. Yogi is on Mothula. Very tricky boss. Very easy to die here. And basically, anytime the boss is on spikes, it's immune to damage from you, because otherwise the game's code would just kill it from spikes. So they had to make it immune while on spikes. Brilliant coding.
Unfortunately, that coding was very lazy. The spikes are grouped into the same area as the gold sword, so the gold sword just doesn't do damage to Mothula either.
I thought it did. Yeah,
it does poke damage, which is
right. There's different levels of damage with that sword. It's weird, but if you swing with that sword on Mothula and it's on, it doesn't do damage.
Yeah. So with swords, when you spin with them, they do the next swords up slash.
Generally,
When you poke with them, they do the next swords down slash.
Yep. So and that's the trick.
The gold sword, you'd have to poke Mothula is the only way to do any damage.
Yep, because you do tempered sword damage with the pokes.
And you can't spin Mothula with the tempered sword. It does nothing.
Yeah, and that's not fixed at all in this, right? Because I know you guys have a whole bunch of different, a whole bunch of patches to the game, but I don't think Mothula's been altered, has it?
So the only thing that they changed is that the gold sword is now a tempered sword when you fall into Mothula's room. You can't spin them. If you try to spin with either the gold sword or the tempered sword, it doesn't do damage still.
That explains something that I had happen the other day. Well, I was just like, I could have sworn that if you swing it did something, but no, okay. If you have tempered or gold, it's a pretty easy boss.
Yeah, so we have a question in chat from Patrick. He's asking if you spin with the gold sword. The gold sword maxes out damage with the slash, so spin or a slash do the exact same damage with the gold sword.
Yeah, I thought there was a little bit of splash damage or something that it did too. Wasn't there like a little... That's what I was alluding to.
No, it's just those two. And then the sword beams will always do, I believe, 2 swords down slash. So a tempered beam will do a fighter sword, and the gold sword will do the master sword.
Yep.
But so with Ganon, we'll get to this eventually. The gold sword and the tempered sword have the same number of spins because of that maxed out damage.
Yep. Yeah, 4 spins, not for the first stage, which usually people just swing forever.
Yes.
Where he's just like throwing the pitchfork. So DT, cape strats, chat loves it. I love cape strats on Moldorm because generally in the regular game he gets to beat your face in and you fall off. But when you have a cape, it's hard to do. So we got DT doing Spike Cave. This is new. No one's done this yet. And I believe we're at 3 crystals apiece now.
That's what it looks like, yeah.
Yogi has the 5th crystal, which I'm guessing is from Skullwoods. I guess it was Skullwoods and Meyer have the Super Bomb crystals.
So I hate seeing this play, and I see it so often in Randomizer. The cape is a terrible choice here for the Spike Cave. The cape and the Cane of Burna, they both allow you to be invincible.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem is that the cape will eat the same amount of magic the entire time that it's on.
Yep.
Whereas the cane will do a shot of magic, and then it takes very little, about half as much as to activate it. It's just not worth using the cape when you have the cane already.
Yeah, it gets a little bit tricky though, because cape has like this delay in using it. But like if you want to use the cape on a boss or something that the blue cane deals like fighter sword damage, like in the circle, so it gets annoying if you're trying to go through like a room and like swing at enemies because they're getting bounced by the blue cane. But
yeah, that's definitely true.
Or the game just completely lags out. Don't use the blue cane on Ganon if you can help it. Because if I tried doing that, I'm like, this is really dumb.
Yeah, the
whole game is like stopping.
The cape is useful for everything else in the game, but when you get in that spike room, use the cane.
Yeah. And there's also something about like the more you swing your sword, the cheaper the cape becomes to use because of some calculation or something, or some lag or something that's going on. Doesn't that true? Like if you swing the sword more.
Yeah, I didn't know about that one.
There's some little nuances because a lot of people that are practicing it, I'll be talking to them in the chat, and they're like, "Well, okay, blue cane. Blue cane's terrible. Why would you ever want blue cane in this? It doesn't open up because to get to Aghanim you can use the cape instead of the blue cane doesn't. Blue cane opens up nothing and it offers you nothing if you already have the cape." And I'm like, there's a couple of little nuances like you just mentioned where the blue cane actually is the better option, particularly in the Spike Cave. I can't think of somewhere where we're almost at an hour and neither of them have boots.
It's going to be one of those seeds. Yeah, I'm not liking this play in Desert here anymore. Whenever you saw the big key on the torch, you just have to turn around and
you're done.
Turn tail.
Yogi, what are you doing? Where are you going to the boss? The end of the big key.
Oh, no, he didn't get the big key. The big key was up on the torch.
What is he doing?
I don't know. I don't think he realized it needs a big key to fight the boss here. Oh, somebody says that he does have the big key.
Compass was on torch. Thank you. I saw an item on the torch and I'm like, oh no. Okay, good.
Oh, that means the small key was inside the big key chest.
Wow. Okay. So we got
I knew
DT,
he had the small key, so
DT's finishing up Skullwoods. Has to check all the chests because we're still short boots and the red cane and sort of the lamp.
Yes.
But you really need the red cane and boots to finish the game.
Yes.
I guess they could technically go bootless at this point. But Yogi is taking the gamble, checking Desert's boss.
Well, the chat's saying that this is a green pendant as well.
It does open up Sahasrara. I don't feel it. I feel there's too many other things that could be done. Like the hammer was on the medallion tablet that DT still has. Yogi just skipped that, which happens. You can just do it.
I think Swamp is the play you got to make here.
If I was DT, I would be in Swamp already. I actually would have done Swamp before Skullwoods. I know that sounds stupid, but you just got the hammer. It's like the dungeon that requires the most things to go to, and there's a ton of chests there. So if I knew, I'd rather full clear Swamp than to have to deal with all this. You can walk into Skullwoods, grab the key under the skull, and then just keep going, and you're done. You don't need the big key for this one. So you don't have to go playing around even looking for the big key. Like for instance, if you're in dungeon boss rush mode and you go to Meyer, you still have to find the big key before you can do the boss. And depending on where you find the big key, it messes up like what path you take to go to the boss. It's dumb. This Skullwoods is ridiculously easy if you don't have to look for anything. Yogi is headed back. I guess Yogi is going to go do Thieves Town now.
Yeah, very likely. Or he might be heading up to Skullwoods too. Oh wait, no, he already completed Skullwoods.
He already did Skullwoods.
Yeah,
I know it's a lot. They took completely different paths. They're all covering the same things, but it's different paths. He's got to be going to Thieves. He looks like he's headed in there.
Yep. Even if you're just going to do the first 4 chests real quickly in Thieves Town, I know in this case I don't think it yielded anything, but
no, it's nothing. It's going to be dry, and he's going to know there's an item in it, and he's going to be really sad because the hammer. It can't be the hammer in that chest, and he may have to come back. I hope DT remembers that there's a chest in there, because now that you have the hammer, that chest could be something. So DT made easy work of Skull Woods, and now I believe has 4 crystals. And Yogi is soon to have 4 crystals.
And they've done the same dungeons.
Yep.
With the only difference being that Yogi forked off and he got that green pendant. I don't understand why he didn't go ahead and cash that in immediately. He may be saving that until.
Oh, I know exactly what he's going to do, and you're going to love it. Pay attention when he goes to House of Darkness.
Yeah.
It's Iggy strats. It's Iggy strats.
I think DT needs to go to Swamp because, like we said, it has the most items. It's got 6 items.
Yeah. The 2 items that you need, one of them is in Swamp. It has to. I'm surprised the hammer was not in the first chest. I'm disappointed now. But there's too many chests there, and it's... I guess you also have, with hammer in the game now for DT, you could also just go to Palace of Darkness too. There's a lot of chests there. Play the numbers, but no lamp. So
we also got the breadsmiths and the powder and everything right here in Dark Kakariko that they can knock out real quickly.
Yeah, they both have the mirror, which... Okay, the mirror. Some of the items on this tracker are in the wrong locations, so as a person that has played this game like 1,500 times, I look at the thing and go, oh, do they have the shovel? And it's not there.
Yeah.
But no, he has the mirror, so this is... It's kind of take your pick. I guess the pick right now is to check the overworld, while Yogi is going towards the basement in blind to open up the light in the boss room to make the boss turn into the best jokester of all time.
I think we're going to see DT make the play up to Catfish from here.
Yeah, I think DT, because DT didn't clear out all of the overworld stuff in the dark world, kind of on the eastern side.
Right.
So, except for Pyramid. This cave is always so disappointing, the one above the graveyard.
Again, I like the play to see the heart piece and turn tail, and you got other things to do to wait 3 seconds for the item animation.
Yeah, I have to learn quick warps. There's a strategy with the mirror that you can use to basically, if you're lined up, Link is lined up on the right spot, you can warp faster. And for how many times you have to do these little mirror spots, I don't know the quick warps for stuff that isn't part of like the normal speedruns of this game.
Yeah, it's an X pixel. There's one every tile. I believe it's every tile.
It's every tile, and you just have to. It's just hard to eyeball some of them, you know. So.
Yep. But it saves 30 frames, so half a second wasted.
Yeah, and if you mirror, I mean, there's so many. What Yogi's going to do later, you'll see. I mean, there's a lot of opportune times where when you have the mirror and there's stuff to check in both the light and the dark world, to quick warp. If you save a second each time you do that, that's 15 seconds or so by the end of the run, and that can be the difference between winning and losing. That's how tight some of these matches have been. So
Kevin's telling us in chat that it's actually there's 2 pixels every 6 pixels that's broken.
That sounds It's one of those things you see a picture and it's like, oh, and it makes a lot more sense. It's hard to think of them.
It's funny because it's completely broken. It's a glitch in the game that just jumps the code ahead. There's nothing to explain it.
I'm sure there's a really good reason. It's just that it's, unless you dig into the code of the game, it makes, like, visually it makes no sense besides, the game just kind of lost track of time for a second, didn't it? Alright, so Yogi's doing blind. We're going to get a joke, which we already saw. Haven't seen the eye actor in years. And DT is doing all of the blacksmith area stuff. Now that you have the hammer, you can also check... Ooh, this is interesting. I haven't seen this one. Where you hammer with the blacksmith, fall down the hole, and then go visit the demon that's been living under his hut. Like, this is a really bad experience for the blacksmith. To go to the dark world, get stuck behind a rock, have to be rescued by this random kid who's missing his uncle, and you get 20 rubies.
You get dragged into a cave with the demon.
Yeah, I've never seen the dwarf taken down here just because it's not a very normal thing. Usually I see
Wolfie. Hey, blacksmith, come check this out.
Yeah, it's like, come see what's been. It's just as bad as, that's like the precursor to Ocarina of Time. Like, you've played Ocarina of Time, right?
I have not. No.
Oh, I'm not gonna ruin it for you then. That game is incredible, and if you haven't played Ocarina of Time, you should. It's basically one of the best. The way the setting works in the game is very, very. You played like Silent Hill?
No, I'm not into the
you need to get out more.
Aspect. Yeah.
Basically,
I haven't played
the way that
over
they've
SNES.
set up the game. Like I don't want to ruin it. But basically, anytime you leave the beaten path in that game, the game gets very dark and very creepy. And they did it in such a, not in a like funny way, but like in like artful, artistic way. The game is very, very dark. Like this game, completely different. It's fun. You're going around the world. Everyone is, there's guards and everything is, funny sprites and weird looking things, but it's not spooky. 8-year-old kid playing Ocarina of Time legitimately would have nightmares about that game because of how well they themed it. They did a very good job. There's
that
my
move
segue.
by DT.
All right, we got Ice Rod that's useless.
He comes in, he sees it, he's like, I don't need this. Oh,
I'll take it anyways.
it's here.
You might have to. Where the seed is going, Turtle Rock. Oh, little error on the mirror back. DT wants to take this chest over to the guy that'll lockpick anything for $5.
Gary.
Gary. Is that his name?
That's his name. His name is Gary.
Oh man. It's just that it's that guy down the street, that'll fix anything for $20.
Yeah, that's right.
Fix your car, fix your cat. Open this box. Yogi's doing the same strat. What is this? I don't know these strats. They don't. The thing that's like making me go nuts is that they don't have the hookshot equipped and they're walking everywhere and it's killing me. But it's not like gonna magically help you go like ridiculously faster. Oh, 10 arrows! Yogi's about to be disappointed.
They've done the same thing and they're on the same path, so this is very interesting. They both have the same number of crystals.
So, alright chat, where are the boots? Tell us where the boots are. Where do you think they are?
He's got the gold sword if he's got the chest. Yeah, this purple chest won't spawn until you drop off the blacksmith. The overworld can only have one follower sprite at a time.
Yep. Catfish was already done. Boots at Trinex. I guess that's possible. Thieves chest, I feel the Thieves Town chest has something. They both left that chest too.
Yeah. Neither one of them had the hammer at the time. Only DT got it so far.
And they both have the same 4 crystals. Yogi still does not have the hammer though. But now that he did this tablet, he's gonna go to Death Mountain and he's going to check the other tablet. And he's gonna be very... Oh no! No, he's checking Ice Cave.
I thought he already came up here.
No, I don't think he ever did Ice Cave.
Oh no, he was using this. He was using this warp to go down to the fake flippers. Or the flipper.
Okay, well it's not open, so he never did it.
Yeah. So DT's making a good move here going into Swamp.
Boots could technically be on Super Bomb. I see that, Alkman.
Yeah, I think Boots could be almost anywhere given the way Desert was set up right now.
Yeah, they didn't need Desert.
And if they can find... what are they really missing?
They need the red cane.
Oh, okay. If they can find the red cane, then they don't need any of the bonk rocks, so that means the Boots can be anywhere. Oh, and sure enough, as we speak of it.
First chest? Was it the
first chest
in Swamp? Yes!
He's in go mode.
Well, no. Still... Oh, red cane. Red cane. Excuse me. I thought it was...
Yeah. No, this is red cane. He's in go mode.
What did I say about the first chest in the swamp? I was right. Yes!
I wouldn't check anything else personally. He may still want the lamp. I believe they had the pendant to get into Mire. It was Quake.
Yes, I believe it was Quake. Yeah.
Okay. So...
Have we had a bootless run yet? I don't think we've had a bootless run.
I don't know.
So, if Yogi lucks out here and Sahasrara has the boots, how funny would that be? Because that's kind of game on. Oh my god! We have you basically give someone a 90-second head start. Well, Yogi doesn't have the hammer yet, though.
He does not.
Pick the other tablet.
No, he's in town now.
So silver arrows are not equipped. So basically, with DT ahead just a little bit here, the question is, oh no, Yogi has the boots. He's going to go do mushroom.
He's making them play for mushroom, yeah. I have to as well if I had the boots at that point.
Oh, man. The item whispering is not with you today, Yogi. Oh, dear. So DT is still clearing swamp.
Yeah, I don't understand this play. He's even got the silver arrows.
DT is about to make a serious error. I'm worried. So if this switch goes... Oh, okay, they opened... Okay.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people make this play.
I stay out of that. I don't even care if it's faster. I stay out of that room until I get this key. No way. I don't even care if it takes more time.
Yeah, because you and me, we have that no major glitches mindset. We're going to get our muscle memory mixed up and do it.
All you have to do is pull this switch, and then no key. The key is under that water. You have to leave the area for the entire palace to reset the waterways.
I don't know how confident DT is with dark rooms, because Meyer would be a hurdle here, and they have to.
That is the hardest one in my opinion, because you have to. If you basically for the people that don't know in the chat, because you do not have the lamp, the way the rule set works for this game, all of the Dark World dungeons where you have to use it's just your little character sprite with a little bit of lamp in front of you, those dark rooms, if you don't have the lamp, it's programmed such that you cannot see. It's just a dark room, and it's just, you can't even see your character sprite. You just get the, you see your character sprite, excuse me, but you can't see anything else, basically.
No, you don't even see your character sprite in the dark rooms.
Oh, that's right. It's with your sword. Excuse me.
You gotta hold out your sword, yeah. GLS is saying in chat, he may know more about this than we do, but he says DT absolutely hates the dark rooms.
Well, about that.
So, what else
DT has the lamp, so...
What else could we find that everybody would want right now? Because apparently that's what we're doing. We're calling it.
I mean, Yogi. We already know what Yogi needs. Yogi needs to think about what has happened in this game. He checked one tablet, but not the other. There's a limited number of things he can check. He's checking like things that were open at the start of the game, and you would have already had the hammer had they been there.
So I'm gonna make the call. DT is going to get the bug net from.
Bug net was the pull from Swamp. So I don't think
that's unfortunate.
Bug net is. DT needs the. I mean, this is game on. Yogi has the boots, so I know Yogi's behind. But if he gets the hammer,
this is still anybody's.
This game is going to completely change.
Especially if Yogi makes a gamble to. If Yogi makes a gamble to skip Lantern.
He will.
That's a huge.
I know he's practiced it, so I mean, I think he thinks that. I mean, would you think that at this stage in the seed, you're behind? If both players probably think they're behind just because of it's about an hour and 8 minutes in. They're both pretty fast. 4 crystals. I gotta go. If I have a choice, I gotta go because I don't think this is gonna go to 2 hours.
Now I'm really lost because we found the lantern. We have the silver arrows. What's he digging for?
I don't know. I guess boots.
Maybe the boots?
I guess boots. Yeah, see, we know that Yogi already got the boots on basically the dumbest place it could have been, which is exactly where you get it in the normal game, and normal people don't do pennant dungeons. So DT might make the unknown error of checking every dungeon up to the end of the game. Like, this isn't over yet. Yogi could still catch up, but he's now going to be behind a crystal, so he's going to need to... He needs the item luck to figure out where the hammer is. The good news for him, wow, he found ether. 100%.
Yeah, he can get anywhere he needs, but we know that all he needed was Quake all along.
Yep. I think he knows Quake, because he saw it.
Oh, he has it.
He's running it through his mind. Where do I go? Okay, he went to the mountain. DT is headed towards Argus's boss room. Let's see. Did Yogi do Spike Cave?
Oh, Yogi, it doesn't work that way. You can't face the wall.
Yeah, what is really funny is Yogi got ether, and now he's going to go check the tablet.
It might have been a trigger in his mind.
man. This is going to be a really interesting finish. Because not having the boots... I want to say... Somebody told me the time before. This is going to be completely wrong. But I could see not having boots the entire game in like a regular NMG, no major glitches run of just speedrunning the game. You might lose like 15 minutes without having the boots. Like, this is not a... That was an amazing kill. DT just took out with Fire Rod and a sword swing.
Yeah.
Wow. I gotta steal that. That was really cool. And Yogi has the hammer. Game on. Game on.
So here's the play. Does he make the dash to?
Well, he's gonna shovel the Spectacle Rock first for. I think he's gonna go to Swamp. Knowing him, I think he's gonna go to Swamp. He went to the wrong warp, but I think this means Swamp.
Yeah, let's hope so.
No, where's he going? Okay, he figured it out. He's going to Link's house. Look, catching net. DT is going for the 100% run. 100%. So Yogi is going to check the first chest in Swamp, and then he's going to know it's game on. And now this gets Yogi interesting because he's going to get the time back because he's not going to check all the chests in Swamp. This is going to be a good finish. Stay tuned.
I wasn't a fan of what DT did in Swamp. I mean, you don't need to check anymore when you're in go mode. If he really wanted the boots, looking in places that you have to find the big key is the actual move to make on that one.
Why is that? I would think any chest would have it. Why?
Well, I mean, like, if he has to dig through Palace of Darkness to find the big key anyways, that's the place that you want to look for your boots, because you got to open up chests.
So basically you're saying take the risk of, well, I'll take all the chests until I get the big key. And I just hope that on average I'm going to get half the chests, some keys in there. So I'll get like 3 of the 6 chests in Palace of Darkness, and that's just it. Okay.
Yeah, check Palace of Darkness, check Mire. Don't go into the west side of Swamp, because you're just going to sink away time, even if you do find the boots over there. They're not going to make up what you're losing. You have to find it in like the first, like if you're going to go looking for it at this stage, it has to be in like the first couple chests, otherwise you're losing time. Yes, Vitor, that's what I mean. Open the chest that you have to open.
Right.
Because you got to look for that big key anyway, so...
So here's the confirmation. Yogi is going to... Well, I'm assuming he's going to go in game on mode. Because he's got everything. But he's going to catch up super quick with these boots. There's a lot of walking you have to do in Palace of Darkness.
I missed it, but apparently the basement chest did not have a key even for DT. They have to come into the right side of Palace of Darkness.
Yep.
So yeah, he's just going. I hope so that he just beelines straight to Argus here.
It is a tough one though, because it is like ringing in your mind, like, man, boots are. Why don't I have the boots? What happened where I don't have the boots? Like, it's a nagging one. It's not like, man, I really need a bow, and I kind of need to check all the chests because I really need the bow. Boots are like.
It's going to be really rough.
It's
if
so
what
tempting
you said,
to check those chests.
If what you said happens, that the big key is on the torch in Ganon's tower, that's going to be very rough on DT. He's going to have to go...
we haven't even considered that. You're right. That is... If somehow that's the case, that is really sad. That'd be a sad way for this to go. I mean, it would be... I mean, that's the risk that you take, but that'd be really sad. I hope that's not the case.
It would be a bad loss.
This is a really stellar time, too. No boots. We're going to have 5. Looks like they're... Well, I guess it depends. Yogi's in go mode. Yogi is... Yep. He skipped the whole western side.
Yeah, he opened one of the chests that he didn't need to, but I think it was just it's not that much out of the way. Let's go ahead and see what we can find. I don't know what exactly he could be looking for.
I don't know what he wants.
Maybe the lantern to make things a little bit easier, but I don't think...
He better... He told me... I watched him practice this. He better be ready. Because he's got to do it. He's got to catch up.
So it looks like DT did not even venture into the basement originally. He just went and got it.
For the lamp. Uh-oh. I'm worried. What is... Okay, Yogi did not go back.
If he wants it, this is where he has to get it.
Yeah, the lamp is on the western side, though. I doubt he's going to go back for that. I think he's going to just take the risk. Here's the decision. Oh no, he switched to silver arrows. No, it's game time.
I don't know what he's going to do with those silver arrows though. He's got to get that hook shot out.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure why he picked the silver arrows, but you don't pick the silver arrows out to do the thing where you use the hammer. Okay. the item dash to get the key under the.
Yeah.
Or hook shot. DT looting the basement with the lamp. This is the thing I'm talking about. The lamp guys that don't know about it. You do not get that little helper of being able to see where you are without having the lamp. So we're gonna see it. We're gonna see one of our runners do it with blind.
So speaking of hook shot, DT's making good use of that hook shot since he doesn't have boots.
Yeah,
he's hooking onto everything he can.
The nice thing about the later dungeons without the boots, if somehow you get there are a lot of things to hook because they basically put a billion obstacles. They just there's rooms with random statues and those railings that you can grab onto. It's very nice.
So we got Yogi finishing up Argus, and DT's making his way towards Helmasaur.
All right, so we're 5 crystals of 5 crystals. DT's about half a dungeon ahead, but this is going to go pretty quick because Yogi's basically going to come to POD. He's going to find the big key and he's going to do the boss.
Yeah, and this is where he saw the big key. I think it was in the turtle room though.
Yeah, it's going to be.
So he didn't even have to go into any dark rooms. The turtle party is where it's going to really be some fun.
Yeah, my guess is Yogi's going to go to the back. Where was the big key in I'm assuming it was in one of the back rooms. In the basement?
In Palace of Darkness?
Yeah.
No, it was in the 4 turtle room right above the dark rooms.
Okay, yeah. So my thought process is that Yogi's going to get a key and go to the back rooms first, but he's going to be stuck having to do the same thing that DT did. So he's not going to get much time back here. So he's really going to have to make sure that he does these dark rooms correctly.
Yeah, he's got to come up with some keys to get into the back area.
Yeah, he's got to do
think all the keys are off to the right with the mimics, yeah.
Yeah, the nice thing about the turtle party is you can light the torch and be able to see, and it actually glitches the game in a really fun way, so...
They might have fixed that glitch. Last time I did it, I didn't have the glitch happen.
Oh, I've had the glitch happen. I had the glitch happen like yesterday.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah, it's basically when the lights go out from a torch room, it lights the lamp basically where the character was or something. It's really weird, and it's like, if there's a torch in the room, it kind of doesn't really matter anyways. You can just relight the torch.
Yep.
All right,
so
silver arrow.
Got crystal 6.
Yep, we got 6 crystals on DT. Get an empty bottle off of the Helmasaur King. Yogi got his key, so this is important for Yogi to be able to catch up. Is he going to go straight to the back, or is he going to go to the mimics? Choosing to go to the mimics. Less chests here. This is a bit risky. I would have gone to the back first on go mode. All you need is the big key.
So really, the question is, where are the big keys in the final 2 palaces?
Yeah.
If Meyer
whether or not DT keeps looking for boots.
Yeah, Meyer's gonna be a gamble. If you go big key chests, it takes some time to do. But that's where it could be as well. And then we got Ganon's Tower.
How mean? Now I'm starting, because I always like to think that the seed is going to give me the most trolly thing possible, and I keep coming back to what's going to happen in Ganon's Tower, because that would be really mean for the boots to have been on the green pendant and have the big key be on the pedestal. That's really mean.
It's going to be rough.
That's hard. It's hard for me to think that thing would roll something that you don't need the boots. You could certainly do it, and there's certainly no reason for it to be one way or the other. Man, boots. We don't know. We're going to find out. I mean, in theory, it's a 1 out of 22 shot, right? There's 22 chests in Ganon's Tower. So there's a 5% chance that DT is already lost, and we don't know it yet. But DT is ahead.
He is. He's about a whole palace ahead, actually, at this point.
Yeah, it really depends where this big key is, and it depends on whether Yogi thinks he's behind or not, because you can take a guess. You can skip this first chest in Meyer here, this one that takes a little bit to get to a few rooms.
Yeah,
not a
I
lot of
expected
time.
to see a mirror there from Yogi, but he opted not to.
What is he looking for? He has the big key, right? What is he doing?
Yeah, he's got enough small keys to finish, and he's got the big key. He's just gonna find a map in this room.
It's just a map and a small key. What are you doing, Yogi?
Hey, here we go.
Okay, good. He mirrored. Game on. DT has picked up the big key.
Yeah.
Grabbed that key under a rock and is headed to get the 7th crystal off of Argus. Does have the powder, so there actually are a few rooms here to top out on hearts. I think they're going to do that.
The lamp can't be in a dark room, and it can't require a dark room.
Yeah, that's the way the rules are set up for this. You do not need to do any of these glitches to do something completable. I wouldn't say lampless is a glitch, but you don't need to do anything. Yeah, dark navigation. You don't need to do anything outside of the normal course of play of the game. You just have to know the logic of what unlocks when you find certain items. It might be a roundabout way of doing it, but you do not need any outside knowledge besides what allows you access to the chests.
Good heads up play by DT there. He realized that he hadn't flipped the crystal yet, so...
Oh, how many times do you see that? It's so sad.
It really is, because in Randomizer it's completely different. You have that mindset that you gotta hit it again, but...
Yep. And of course, it's always really sad people do NMG runs, and then they'll die on the boss here, and then they'll run back the same way that you basically boss rush like DT is, and then you go to switch the crystal, and then realize you just locked yourself out. So yeah, thankfully that didn't happen. DT's going to do the silver arrow strat on this boss. Very nice. Landed all the arrows. Oh no. Ooh, that was close. DT got hit by one of the last eyeballs. Yogi is doing the dark room in Palace of Darkness. I missed something.
He's in the Turtle Party room.
Oh, excuse me. It's dark. I can't tell what movie we're watching.
Yeah, this is the Turtle Party that, like you said, he lights the torches.
What movie is this? It's dark in here.
Hey, who turned out the lights?
Who turned out the lights?
Shell-shocked.
When you're in the room, it's like, oh, you're visually thinking about what's in the room. When you're watching someone do it, it's like, what room are they?
Yeah, exactly.
So, DT is headed for the final boss. Yogi is still just finishing up the 6th boss, and then has to go do that Meyer business. But the big key's pretty quick. It's only going to. So right now there's about a 2.5 minute lead for DT.
Here's where we're going to find out about the boots, though. This is going to be.
I don't want it to happen, but I mean, it would. It's kind of like, I don't want to get struck by lightning today golfing, but as long as I live, that's a pretty good story.
So the good thing about it, though, is that the torch is going to be the first things he sees in the first couple minutes of entering the tower.
But a 2.5 minute lead is not enough.
No, it's not going to be.
Unless the first thing they do is go run to the desert and do the green pendant. I kind of want it. I do not want to wish that on someone, but that's just such an interesting seed that I kind of want to see it have made the boots required after all. But that's so mean. It's so mean. I know chat kind of wants it too, but it's so mean.
I have to bring this up that we've had the commentary curse. We've called the items.
Oh no.
This is going to be there's a 50-50 chance that we're right here. It's not a 5% chance. This is 50-50.
Vitor, run to the desert. I mean, we're about to find out. I mean, this is... Yogi is loading up on potions. So he still has not started Meyer. I mean, there's still a shot. I mean, if DT falls or... They have Golden Sword, it's really not likely. But you can make errors in Ganon's Tower. It's a very... I mean, the best way I can describe it is that if there's a technical time trial, like if we're bike racers and there's a time trial, there's no gamesmanship, there's no peloton, there's no someone breaking out ahead of the pack and just tactically beating them out. No, Ganon's Tower is a very technical feat. Every single room, you basically have all the items in the game. There's a right way to do it and there's a wrong way to do it, and you can both gain and lose a lot of time in Ganon's Tower if you aren't prepared for it. But 2.5 minutes is a lot. And we're probably at like 3 minutes now. So we're not checking the pedestal first. Chest 1, piece of heart. Big key on the second chest.
Boy, oh boy, he can go. All he has to do is get a small key. Let's see if he remembers. He does.
Yep.
He's going to grab the small key and go.
Yep. Small key on the...
Nope, not that one.
Can't get that. Wow. Well, I don't think boots are going to save Yogi here, but there is still. I mean, it's what
Slow
in terms of potions, DT has no potions. Just has that one green potion from 1,000,000 years ago, right?
Yeah, the one he started with, I think.
I think either that other potion was used. I don't know. Chat might remember. I don't.
What'd he get from Helmasaur?
Empty bottle.
Okay, then.
I think Yogi ended up with the one that had the blue medicine.
Good manipulations there by DT, getting those mimics in place. Very quick mimic 1 and 2. This is good.
I'm a terrible person. I never do that. I just shoot them. I've done it for like 15 years. You know, you figure out the pattern to move such that you can just hit them without having to do the sword thing. And then when the internet came along, the sword thing always looks so cool because it looks so weird that they're like dancing in motion and you're not moving, and I just find that so weird to watch. But all right, made quick work of the spike room, bowling ball room. Oh no, fell off the ball.
And so Yogi screen didn't freeze. He's just in the dark. He's trying to figure out where he's going to put this cane block.
Please. We have to watch this entertainment. So he's a little bit to the right of the switch. And I think he's trying to line up with the... He's not going to line up with the door. Meanwhile, DT started the gauntlet. But I got to see this... So the switch is basically somewhere just below the 2 in the bomb and kind of in basically the middle of the room. And I don't know if there's audio for this, but...
He got it.
He got it. Yep, perfect. He was a little bit to the right of the thing, but that basically was perfect placement. So now you just have to walk to the left-hand side here. He's trying to find the hole in the wall.
Hope that skeleton doesn't troll you.
He's got a lot of hearts. He'll be all right. Now, is he gonna do the dash with the red cane?
He doesn't need to because they don't need to switch.
Right. Yeah,
but we will see if he does remember to do it. Now, personally, here I think he should pull out the Cane of Burnout or the cape to get past his spike. But
he's already past it.
Yeah, he's way past it.
He's lining up a block. Oh no! No, Yogi, no! What are you doing? Meanwhile, DT has finished the second mini boss in Ganon's tower.
And there he goes. He's going to realize too soon. Actually, he's not going to realize it because he can't see it.
No, you can see the switch.
No, I mean here in the next room. He doesn't know why he can't move over to the left.
No, he's not in the next room yet.
Yeah, he's not in there yet. There we go.
Oh no! He
doesn't realize it. He realizes it now, though.
No. Okay, he figured it out. Props to Yogi. Like,
Meanwhile, DT.
This is.
He's making quick work of this game in his tower.
Yep, this is a pretty good gauntlet. We're in the fire room. Now you have half magic. You could actually just use the fire rod here. I mean, even if you were to make a minor error here, it's really not that big of a deal. Obviously, there's a big difference in time here. Because Yogi... I mean, basically, they both did exactly the same path. It's just that you take a risk. It's like earlier we had my race. It's just you take a risk going somewhere and it costs you time. And both runners are basically about the same amount of time in their technical ability. And if the item's not there and you go to the wrong place, you fall behind.
Yeah, I don't fault him for making the move to desert. It netted a gain. He wasn't trolled, but it just wasn't progression
just
that he needed.
A little bit too late, yeah. Okay, blue medicine used by Yogi. So now he's out of... he might have 2 of them. I think he bought more than 1. But it is really important to remember that both of these runners, there are various tie-breaking procedures, and if you make it to the playoffs, the time that you get matters. So the fact that both of these cats are probably going to score a time under an hour and 40 minutes is among the best times in the tournament so far. So big props to both of them. That's the path that they're on.
Yeah, definitely. Your time's also going to matter with your seeding in the next round.
Yep,
So-
I think all of the, regardless of whether or not a group was won or something, I think it's just the average time, and that's how the seating works. Something like that. I don't know.
We'll probably make sure that the people in this groups aren't playing each other early enough. But
Yeah, that's probably that might help resolve some of the group of death scenarios of having to play someone to knock them out, and then they survive, and then you have to knock one out anyways. So DT is on Geometry Wizard. Come on, it's geometry. It's like
It
Pong,
works,
except
yeah.
it's 3 at a time.
yeah, it's breakout.
Oh,
it's
that
a
was
breakout.
nice. Triple hit. Boss is down. I would say Parisian player. It's pretty unlikely that a group winner, like one group, might have that situation where someone has a. I mean, you can look at the brackets and just see the average times that there's kind of a tiering happening with, certain people are like 5-10 minutes difference. So it's possible, but it's not going to happen in most groups where that's the case. If DT is going to have, what is the fastest time in the tournament so far? Do we know? Is it like a 130?
It's in the 120s.
120s? Okay. It's very reliant on what the seed is.
I'd also like to point out that the in-game timer, I think the fastest one I've seen is Andy's with the 122. But we had another race where we had 2 in-game timers in the 120s as well. Both racers were in the 120s, I should say. So
I'm waiting for the day someone cracks an hour. Like, it could happen, technically.
yeah, you gotta
You
get that
need,
God
like,
seed.
Every time you get all but that one item, and then you spend 20 minutes looking for that item, that's where the best runs that end up being hour and 20 minutes. You still
It
have
looks like DT's going to take care of business before Yogi even gets there.
Yep. So it looks like it's going to be about somewhere around a 5 minute or so edge, 5 or 6 minutes. Oh yeah, that's right. Andy's game crashed in the in one of those, and the timer was all messed up. So DT is just now finishing Ganon. I think we're going to have a winner here. Gets the double hit and dead. Barring a disaster, that should be the race. Looks like that's a really good time. Hour and 32 minutes and some change. There we go. 1:32:05 is the official time. And we're going to see if we can get our winner in the name of DT. Congratulations, in for an interview. Meanwhile, Yogi is going to finish up Ganon's Tower with a really good time. And like I said at the start of the show here, this group seems to be rather competitive, so these times are probably going to be... I don't think they matter for the tiebreaker, but the seeding and stuff, they all have very good times.
And Yogi's going left first instead of right, and we know the key's over there on the right.
That's sad.
This is a mistake. I suggest everybody always take the right 2 chests.
Except
and
when it's
then
not
the
the
left.
right 2 chests.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
He's
nope.
just stealing some keys.
Oh, he did it in reverse. He made sure he had his keys.
Oh, maybe he's already gone over there and we missed
Oh,
it.
my stream buffered. Sorry. He actually did do the left-hand side.
I
Right-hand
guess mine
side.
did as well. I jumped ahead to where he already heading up the tower.
jumped. Thank you, chat. We got it. Got it.
So, Shoeless Joe wins the match today. And we got him coming in for a post-game interview right now. How are you doing, DT?
Not too bad. How are you guys? How was that?
You tell us.
Tell
I mean,
me.
yeah.
The reason I ask is because I never know where my opponent is, nor should anybody, but... Whew, I mean...
Where do you think your opponent is? Have you looked?
No, I haven't pulled
Okay,
anything
guess where
up
they
yet.
are right now.
What's up?
Guess where they are.
Somewhere in Ganon's Tower or Ganon fight,
That is
perhaps?
correct. What
Yeah,
item did they have that you don't?
Well, there's
Do
only...
they have any item that you don't?
Most practical would be boots, of course.
Okay, you're right. So let's go one step further. If you had to guess somewhere you did not go, where were the boots?
One thing in the back of my mind the whole time was the Thieves' Town Big Chest.
I thought that too. Take one more stab at it.
One more stab.
This was a very close race. The reason that there's about a 5-minute gap in the finishing time is because of where this item was.
Because of where this item was. Oh, man.
He got the item he didn't want from this.
I gotta give up. I'm drawing blanks on this.
Sahasrara had. You had
Oh,
to do
no
the
way.
green pendant. The book
That's-
that you guys got at the very start.
That's not the first time this has happened in the tournament either. It's been vanilla a couple of times now.
Oh, vanilla. I've seen flippers on Zoras a few times, but all right. So, yeah, go ahead.
The thing I was absolutely freaking out about was because for all I knew, boots were somewhere in Ganon's tower, and I was freaking out that the big key in Ganon's tower might have been on the torch. And as soon as I saw that it was in that chest, I let out a sigh of relief.
What would you have done had the boots not been in the tower, and the key was on the pedestal? Would you have lost it?
First place I would have headed. I mean, I would have kind of panicked a bit. I would have gone to desert, honestly, just for the green pendant.
Yeah, that's what haven't you checked, right? So, so about the rest of your run, I mean, it was bootless for a long time. Did that make it? What did it make the run a lot different? Did it kind of feel the same, weird?
Well, it's
your run in general. How'd you feel about it?
Not much of a speed run.
But did it feel weird going in all these different rooms? Like, man, I can't dash here. I got to do something else.
Yeah, as a whole, it just felt like it was dragging.
You have the wrong items equipped all the time, because it's like, well, do I use the hook shot? Do I use the item I'm supposed to be using?
Yeah, I realized, I don't even know, close to halfway in, I think it was when I was first going to check the pyramid, that I should be using the hook shot to get around a little bit quicker.
Yeah, but it's hard, because, you need other items out, too. And then you go start menuing for 15 seconds, trying to figure out what you're supposed to have. It's just like, I'm just going to walk.
Oh, absolutely. I feel that, for sure.
So, DT, chat wants to know, what's your bonk count?
Oh, yes, the bonk count.
Big fat goose egg.
Oh, yeah, that's right. See, I had to get that joke. Wow.
Nice.
Yeah, I think, yeah, I mean, it may not be the last one, but was this the first seed in the tournament that would have had a 0 bonk count?
It very well could be.
It might.
I should take some pride in that, I suppose.
So when you got the Moon Pearl, you got the glove, we were kind of deciding where you should go, because you didn't have the hammer yet, right?
No.
So when you basically had access to Dark Kakariko and basically most of the Dark World, actually all of it, because you had the flippers as well, you guys kind of bounced all around the Dark World. What was the first thing that you felt you needed to check, and why? Because you were hammerless, so it's kind of weird. You can't just do the normal path, because
I was hammerless, right? But knowing that I had Thieves as a crystal, that was of course one of the first places I wanted to get to. From there I decided to make kind of a little bit of an overworld loop in the Dark World, and then head to Skull. And then once I found the hammer, honestly I don't even remember where the hammer was. I knew I wanted to finish the Dark World loop and then head straight to Swamp and just keep the crystal progression going. Mm-hmm. And that worked out because I wound up finding Samaria and the lamp in there.
Yeah, you lucked out. Some people in the chat were sort of saying that you would have looked for the lamp. Do you know lampless strats? Would you have been okay if you didn't have the lamp?
I would have gone if I hadn't found the lamp in Swamp. I would have gone straight to Pod. I would have managed lampless there, especially in those couple of turtle rooms where there's a torch. So that would have been okay. Meyer, that first room with Meyer with that switch, that freaks me out a bit, but the rest of it's not too bad. So I might have considered going lampless.
I mean, you didn't have to do Turtle Rock at least. I mean, there's only a handful of rooms, but someone mentioned that in chat because I think they're a big watcher of you or something. So
okay,
I felt like I had to ask that question.
Yeah, and knowing that I didn't have to do Turtle, I kind of second guessed myself on grabbing the ice rod, but I kind of figured we've had some crazy stuff here. There could be another required item somewhere in Turtle that I don't know, maybe Trinex dropped something out of any...
We've seen it.
Any bad luck. So might as well get it just in case.
That's right. Anytime you, it could have been the boots on the key on the pedestal. Anything you skip could burn you later, but you don't know that. So if you both skip it and you both get burned, it's a...
yeah. You
almost had 100%. Yogi is lampless, so you guys both failed the 100% run. Ether was on Catfish, and the Ether tablet had what you needed, the hammer.
Oh, that's right. That's where the hammer was.
And you guys were neck and neck. Basically, at the start of the game, you guys picked a different pass because another one that was kind of an interesting choice. You got the bow and the glove early on, Titan's Mitt, but you ended up getting both. And you also got a ton of money what made you decide I'm going to go do Eastern now? Because you did Eastern, your opponent did not. Your opponent went to Death Mountain first.
In previous seeds, I've had pretty decent success. Like on the occasion that I do find the bow in Escape somewhere, it's not unheard of for me to go straight to Eastern right away if it's a crystal, just to knock it out, get it out of the way. But the thing I really wanted was a couple extra bombs so that I could go into the back of Sahasrarla's house as well. But I kind of changed my thought on it this time because as early as it is, Eastern is not going to have everything you need, obviously. So why not go through the Kakariko strats first, and then as soon as all the Kakariko and side maze stuff is done, I figured why not save and quit and just head straight to Eastern at that point before heading south.
Yep.
So sorry to disrupt you guys' conversation, but
Yogi is finished. Yeah.
He has, excellent.
With a time of 1:40:34 is the official time, which is still a really, really good time.
That's awesome, yeah. Props to Yogi. He must have done phenomenal. I can't wait to watch it back at some point.
Yeah, I mean, the big difference, I mean, you guys, like I said, you checked different things, checked the same things at different times, and then he took the leap of faith that Sahasrarla had the item that had the item he was looking for. And you lucked out, and it was the first thing in Swamp, and then you were in boss rush mode for most of it.
Yeah.
So that's how a lot of these went. I had one earlier where I finished 7 minutes behind, and I'm like, 7 minutes? But things cost time to go searching for, and you, a combination of luck and skill and all that fun stuff, and you got it done. I think we're gonna bring Yogi in on the chat here as well.
Excellent.
You can rib him as much as you desire.
Hello.
Yogi! Congratulations! You had a fantastic time, but unfortunately, you came up a little bit short. But you made it! Lampless! The chat loved the lampless strats.
I am not comfortable with lampless.
If it makes you feel any better, your opponent was not too fearful. Was also a little bit fearful of the darkness as well. But lucky for them. Where do you think the lamp was, Yogi?
Let me look at the map here.
Look at the map.
Could be, I don't know.
One guess. One off the cuff guess. You checked just about everything.
Spike Cave.
Ooh, good guess. No, not Spike Cave. Swamp Palace on the western side.
Yeah. Skipped it.
Yep.
For speed.
So thoughts on the run,
probably
Yogi?
slowed me down.
You found boots. Believe it or not, your opponent did not have boots.
No.
It was a bootless game, wasn't it?
It was a bootless game. You had a 5% more or less guaranteed shot that your opponent was screwed going into Ganon's tower, and you would have won by default. But no, unfortunately for you, the pedestal did not have the key. But thoughts? Because of course the big fork for you guys both did different things at the start of the game, and I'll ask you the same kind of question I asked DT as to why you did certain things. But the one thing on everybody's mind is the green pendant. What made you do the green pendant over checking some of the other things in the overworld?
I don't know. I always get this feeling that they give me the book for a reason, so maybe they put something good in there.
That's a good point.
And I was looking for mostly for the boots, but my game always gets thrown off when I take so long to find the mirror in the boots. So
yeah, it
really throws a wrench in my routing when I don't have mirror.
So at the start of the game, you got the mitt, what else did you get? You got the mitt and the bow. So, and you also got a lot of money. So what made you pick going to Death Mountain over going to Eastern or going to Zora?
I just feel that Death Mountain gives you a checkpoint, and it's almost always good, like the old man in the Spectacle Rock Cave, or even though it's only two things, they're two really high value things.
You got two very high value.
They usually are.
How did you feel? Because I know you and I had a race not too long ago where the hammer happened to be the first chest in Swamp Palace. How did you feel about seeing that red cane in the first chest in Swamp Palace after you got the boots?
Oh, yeah.
It was a little bit of a burn. Did you think at that point that you were a little bit behind and needed to hustle, or did something hit you?
I wasn't sure. I had a feeling he didn't find boots, so...
Had a feeling. I'm looking at basically every item in the game on DT's tracker. Except for boots, which is so weird. But
good old Sahasrarla green pendant boots.
I mean, in any other race, I mean, it could have been that the library wasn't going to have hammer, but the library could have had something really, really vital. And then, unfortunately for you, not only did Sahasrara give you the boots, he sent you on a wild goose chase to go get the mushroom that was on top of the library, which did not have anything particularly rewarding for you.
I was gonna ask, what was the mushroom? What did that turn into?
Bombs or yeah, bombs.
Okay.
I believe it was things that go boom. But any other thoughts? I mean, you guys both ran a fantastic race. Your group looks primed for a number of great races like this. Anyone could win. Any other thoughts?
Not really. I think it went pretty well considering lampless and very late mirror and very, very late boots.
Was it very weird for both of you because you basically opened up, you got Dark World early because you had the Moon Pearl off of the hook shot and everything, but you kind of only opened up certain areas of the Dark World because of the hammer problem and the mirror problem, and you kind of had to decide what you had to backtrack on. I mean, did that really mess you up, or how did you feel about that? I guess the DT.
Tough to say. I mean, the routing can always mess people up, and not knowing where to go, you wonder if you're going to check one spot that has only one thing, is it really going to be the right move? It kind of paid off having, I believe the mirror was on the pyramid.
Yep, mirror was on the pyramid.
That I went way out of my way to check that. Knowing that I didn't have the hammer at the time, I was trying to figure out how to even get there, because of course I didn't go and beat Ganon, so I didn't have the portal under the bridge.
Yeah, you both did this.
What's that?
You both swam all the way around.
Oh, we both went the same way.
For the ladder. Yeah. It's like, is there a ladder there? And then you kind of turn around and you turn back. Yeah, there's a ladder there. I'm good.
Yeah, I got caught on those couple of rocks too, but I did remember there's a ladder there. Even if I had gone north past the graveyard near the witch's hut, I know that there's another way to get down from there.
Yep. Yeah, I was a little bit disappointed that Catfish didn't have anything useful, just because it was like, man, you kind of had to get all the way over there. You kind of needed all these items to get there.
Yeah, I considered checking it after the pyramid, but then I realized, it's just for one thing. There's other more valuable spots I can go look. That's probably my priority.
So Yogi, when you went over to Death Mountain the first time and you had to hoof it all the way through the little spiral thing to fall down for the one chest, were you so it was like the whole thing was just a chain of regret, right?
It was.
Yogi, say, man, super close time. I am really looking forward to watching this back and seeing where we deviated.
Yeah, same. I think I lost a lot just doing Desert Palace. I don't think I've ever actually beat a bootless run before, so
it was slow. Let me ask you though, Yogi, because you mentioned something about the dark navigation and then the desert. Did you wind up doing desert after Meyer?
No. I did it pretty early.
Okay.
I value the light world dungeons more, like, pretty highly, even if they're pendant, just because they have quick, like desert usually has some quick chests in there.
Yeah. Only two items there, I think. But this is both of the races I've done. The first one had some Mario there. This one, you wound up getting the boots as a result of it. So my next time I play, I need to do the desert regardless of anything.
Wait, what's the possible? You can not get the big key if you don't have the boots, or
if it's on the torch, and that was something I was
be on the torch.
So 1 in 22 then, right?
Oh, and then Ganon's Tower,
I think so. There might be other logical restraints to that, just because certain keys can't be behind certain doors. So it might be less than that, but we can go with 1 out of 22. Chat wants to know. I have to ask you because I kind of beat around the question, because I mean you chose somewhere to go. You didn't. You picked up Ether from Catfish and then decided to go check the tablet. And you were ribbing me the other day for not checking the Bombos tablet. Why didn't you check the tablet, Yogi? Why didn't you check the tablet? As soon as you checked the Bombos tablet, you did like 10 other things. We thought when you were going up to Hera to do the Hera boss, you would have done it then. That was the commentator's thinking.
Oh, I think I just forgot the tablet.
I figured that was the answer to the question. That's why I didn't ask it. But I should have asked that question.
Wait, what was that the tablet?
Hammer.
Oh no.
That was like you were running out of chests. Both of you were running out of chests in the light world and dark world for Overworld for Hammer to be. We were also thinking that because neither of you did Thieves Town right away. That was a little bit interesting too. We were wondering if someone was going to go check chests in there, and then you both left the one chest. And I'm surprised no one went back and checked that chest.
I think my reason for that was it's a long way into the dungeon just to go for one thing, and when there's other locations that are quicker that have multiple, it just seems like a better choice to go for the multiple. It was definitely on the back of my mind, and had I not wound up finding Samaria and then subsequently the lamp, I would have wound up going there at some point. I just don't know for sure when.
Yeah, I mean, obviously if there was something you needed, hopefully you would have remembered, and hopefully you eventually would have gone back, but you both lucked out with the red cane in Swamp, so I think you completely forgot about that chest. Bootless Seed, Yogi is gone to the chat.
Who picks these? Are they picking troll ones on purpose?
I don't think so. I think it's just a random seed, and they hash the seed so that what's really fun about this is that chat doesn't know. Nobody knows where everything is. You can just spam to your heart's content in the chat, and no one knows for sure where it is. Oh, I forgot to check how many locations you had pre-boots.
Probably all of them.
All of them.
Oh, yeah, I wonder just how many locations that would have been.
Oh, man.
I gotta say, Yogi, I'm seeing this on the Twitch channel right now. 19 bonks is fantastic. That's outstanding. You gotta be proud of that.
Nice.
19 bonks.
Getting better.
Well, any other thoughts? Anything else you'd like to add? I'm out of questions, and your credits, your 9.5 minute credit scene is finally finished.
I got nothing else. I think that had to have been a fantastic race. Like I said, I'm looking forward to seeing it again. And great job finding the boots.
He found the boots on something silly and still finished in a fantastic time. Yeah, unfortunately it's not a win, but it's still a great time.
You know what,
it
though?
actually saved time.
I'm willing to bet, had you wound up finding Lantern before even trying the dark rooms, you would have. This would have been really close. You probably would have even beaten me. Your time would have been. I don't know how much time you spent in the dark rooms. Those are tough, but.
Oh, I also found the big key in Misery Mire so fast that I didn't hit the switch, and then just out of habit I hit the switch.
Yep.
So I went into the next room, and then it was already locked, so I had to come back and hit the switch again.
Yep, that's a very common thing with yeah, we were talking about it in the commentary, that if you die, and because you now know the stuff about switches resetting, and very commonly people will die and then run back, even with the lamp and stuff, and then they don't check the switch, or they hit the switch by habit, and then they lock themselves out just like you did.
Yeah.
But cool. I am looking forward to this group, and it's a shame that somebody has to lose out of this group, because like basically the times that this group are putting up are rather fast, so anyone could win, and it's going to be a really tight group, and it's one that people should be watching. Group U.
Good race, GG.
Great job, Yogi.
All right.
Let's go ahead and take this time to go over the schedule for tomorrow. This is our last race of the night. But tomorrow, early in the morning, 10 a.m. Eastern, we have another Link to the Past race coming up. We'll have a little bit of hiatus, and then a 3 p.m., a 5:30, an 8 p.m., and 11 p.m. races, all back-to-back. Oh, sorry, the 11 p.m. is actually a Mega Man 10 or 12. X2? I don't know the Mega Man games, I'm sorry.
I think it's X2. I don't have that schedule in front of me.
Yeah, it's MMX2, so I guess MMX2 would be the tournament that's going on. That's at 11 p.m. But before then, we have 3 races of A Link to Past back-to-back, and an early morning 10 a.m. one. Right now, actually, we also have another race taking place over on our sister station, twitch.tv/speedrunslive if you want to go over there and check that one out. I believe that one's still underway. They're not too far from the end, but we still have a little bit of a race going on there. Stay tuned to Speed Gaming for all your Link to the Past tournament needs, as well as many other tournaments that we're currently having take place. You can do an exclamation mark events in chat, and it will give you a list of all the things that were taking place. But on top of that, from there, this is Dark Magician.
Yep, and this is Icky. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great night.